It's the PokerNews Podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 858th episode of the PokerNews Podcast. I'm Chad Holloway at Level 9 Studio in Las Vegas, joined by Mike Holtz, but a very special guest, WPT President Adam Pliska. Thank you for taking the time.
Oh, my God. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for...
We're happy to have you, brother.
Yeah, I'm already going to tell you got to get real close to the mics.
Oh, okay.
Producer Scott's going to yell at us there. I'm going to come to you in a minute. We're going to talk a lot about WPT and the Wynn here in just a moment. But I want to give the viewers a little heads up. PokerNews Podcast is doing something special. The first time we've ever done it. Mike, I messaged you about this. We're going to do a meetup game.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah,
I've never done a meetup game before. Never even attended one, actually.
Well, I'm excited to do it. It's going to be on Saturday, October 12th at 7 p.m. at Resorts World. There's going to be some cash games that Mike and I will be in. There's a 7 p.m. nightly tournament that Kina will be in, I'm sure. Maybe we'll jump in there. I don't know. Details are still getting sorted. We're going to have more, but I just wanted to drop that so people can mark their calendars.
It's going to be a great time, and yeah, I'm really hoping to see a lot of you guys out there. Come say hi. Let's play some CADs.
It should be fun. Well, speaking of marking calendars, Adam, the WPT Championship at the Wynn. It's going to be a big one, December 14th through the 21st. That's just the championship event.
Yes.
There's a whole festival. This is one of the premier events of the year. You guys got to be pretty excited.
Yeah, we're very excited. And obviously this year we have some more surprises here that we're talking about. And I am happy to talk about. You know what? I actually am going to take these
that's
off.
fine.
Okay.
Be my guest. I'm taking them off, too. I'm joining you.
Why not? I'll go for it, too.
I thought they were great because they were hiding my big ears, but actually the reverb is a little...
I think this is superior for sure.
Yeah, no, we're very excited after 2 years of the first year just coming out, making sure that the players came to the Wynn, see what we wanted to do with the WPT Championship there last year. Obviously, we had the big guarantee. Didn't quite make it, came a little short on that one. I
was a recipient of a little of the extra money.
Yes, yeah. Well, and we were happy to be to do it because that was part of the deal. And this year we're going to be doing something like we've never done before in 21 years of World Poker Tour, which is a historic free roll.
Yeah, the largest, I believe, ever.
Yeah,
right? $5 million.
So crazy.
$5 million in conjunction with our Club WPT Gold, which we'll talk about. And first place, someone is going to put zero down and walking away with $1 million.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, that is wild. So for me, when I was like a lot of people, we've talked about it on this very show, like, all right, when is the announcement going to come? What could the guarantee be? It's probably not going to be 50 million or more, right? That the WSOP is doing down in Paradise. So everyone was curious. Yeah. And with no guarantee, right? I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, especially when you consider this free roll, right? And here's why. Say you do a 40 million guarantee again, right? And all right, that's somewhat exciting. And then you miss it by 5 million, which would be twice as much as what was last year, which probably weren't going to do, right? Probably would have been closer. So like this 5 million is actually probably more value in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, it's absolutely more value. I mean, funny enough, last year you walk the last 2 years you walk around saying, "Are you going to hit the guarantee?" You're stressed. You kind of
sure.
And this year we know we're losing at least $5 million. Plus there'll be some other things. I don't want to say exactly what they are, but you'll see, and you'll have some more announcements.
Little surprises.
There'll be surprises throughout the festival. So that's at least $5 million. This is at least $5 million of value that we know we're putting in. So I get to take the hit right now, and just get to enjoy myself in the fact that, this is going to be extraordinary because for the first time you're going to have people who would otherwise not be able to be there. Right? There's a lot of seats. Somebody told me that if we gave away a seat every hour until the festival, we basically have to do that. I mean, that's
pretty sick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A lot. And so a lot of chance to win. All we want is, people sign up on clubwptgold.com. There's nothing to do with it other than sign up. There's not putting money down or whatever. This is a product we want to build with the community. We can talk about that a little bit later. But we want everyone in the community to sign up because that's going to be make you eligible for a lot of the fun stuff that's going to be happening between now and the festival and during the festival. And of course, allow you to go in there, get into a free roll and hopefully walk away being the next Poker Made millionaire.
Well, I think what's going to be really interesting is that final table, because you're going to have a lot of people, or you should have a decent amount of people there who they haven't played high stakes before, and now they get to play for $1 million, and you don't get to see like the 9 super pros. It's going to be a mix of regular people. So I think that sounds really exciting to me.
Yeah, you'll have a mix of people, and and also 100 of the seats of that 5 million will be going into the championship. So you can see championship is benefiting from this. That'll probably bring in some some new players who would otherwise not be able to play in the championship. And basically the way that that's working, it's working as a consolation prize.
It's like a mystery bounty. I heard Ryan Beauregard say.
Wow.
Yeah. So what happens is you make the money. So 500 people make the money, and you go and draw on your mystery bounty, and basically, 1 out of 5 people are just going to be
way.
Yeah, finding themselves
this is
into
so
the WPT
cool.
Championship.
That's a fun way to do it. I like that.
Yes.
Good idea.
So we really feel like we made the decision to do this and not just go in the guarantee. We don't have an anemic guarantee. We don't have a guarantee for the guarantee's sake. Here, it's 100% commitment. We know that this is what we're going to do. What we've been trying to do is kind of surprise and delight all of the players the last few years, do something different, write our own narrative. And we just think this is a way to kind of serve all of this. The players have given a lot of momentum to the championship festival, and this is going to add some element to it that I think is going to be fun to play out.
Let's talk about the Club WPT Gold.
Yeah.
So right now we're in a sign up phase. I already signed up, not going to lie, the first day when I was there. So for these, to get into the invitational, how is it going to work? Like, are there going to be free rolls on Club WPT Gold? Is it just you sign up and then you're eligible for various giveaways?
Yeah.
What are the routes going to be?
So there are so many giveaways. So just right now, go to clubwptgold.com. You can use bonus code WPT and just sign up. An account. There will be raffles on the site. There will be influencers, ambassadors. You probably saw Brad did something yesterday.
Rampage.
Rampage was out there. You're gonna be able to win by watching content, contests. Like I said, we have a lot of seats to go away. We've got 2,000 seats to be given away. So there will be many ways. So the only thing that you have to do is just make sure that you're part of that. The other reason why we want you to be part of it is, in speaking of WPT Gold, this is an online poker, sweepstakes poker product. And so we want to bring that in America, build this up, and we want to do it with a community. So we're not saying, hey, we have a product, it's all ready. This is going to be an iterative process. You're probably not going to see beta till the end of December, maybe January, but we want feedback. That's what we're looking for. And so this is kind of our way of saying thank you to the players. Let's be aware. Just get in, sign up, and help us build this together.
I'm excited. This is, to me, maybe the most interesting piece of poker news that I've seen in years for me personally. Like, I've been waiting for WPT or somebody who cares about the game to have an online network that can include most of America and let us play in a safe place where we trust the owner and operator. We trust what's happening. And I can't tell you, the online community is so happy this is happening. I'm like literally ecstatic. I'm so stoked. So
we definitely are too. And happy to be.
It's a strong endorsement for unpaid endorsement from
unpaid.
two-time WSOP.com player of the year. So if somebody knows the online market.
I speak the truth, and you can ask anybody else in the poker community who's an online pro. Everyone's very excited about this, so I'm happy, and it's gonna be nice to get more liquidity, more options, and an owner operator who cares about us. So
and we feel like we're uniquely positioned because we want to tie into all the tournaments, and the frustrating part of the first 10 years plus of the World Poker Tour is like we have limited qualifiers coming in. We had these products. We spent so much time trying to make player experience or whatever, but we just didn't have the qualifier support. But now, if you look at the WPT festival. I mean, Wynn's qualified last year, basically 500. You got WPT Global. You have Club WPT. You have this free roll that's just pushing people into the 10,000 400 event. You're talking about over 1,000 qualifiers in that sense, And that's just, it's good. It's healthy. It reminds people that we like to play poker. And so, yeah, that's where our bet is this year. And I'll just acknowledge this, which is some people are going to say, I don't know, maybe you should have done the guarantee. Maybe you should have done this differently or whatever. We're open. You can take shots. You can say we should have done one way or the other, but this is how we've tried to get back. We've done a number of things, and this was a big one for us. So yeah,
I'd rather see this honestly than say something like you could have backtracked and said, "Hey, we're gonna do a 25 million guarantee," right?
Yeah,
Which you're just gonna get. It's like the WSOP main event. If they were to come on and put on a 100 million guarantee, of course they're gonna get it. It's kind of meaningless in that part. But you're putting on you're just giving away 5 million in this regard. Which
I will
crazy.
say when I first saw there was no guarantee, I thought that was a bad idea, but then immediately I was like, I'm still definitely playing that. Like, I'm not going to the Bahamas. It's the Wynn WPT experience is the best festival of the year. And I love the WSOP, the live feeling and everything, but there's more of a feeling of like prestige at the Wynn. It feels like everyone really cares about you, and it's just very nice. So I'm going to be there regardless.
But with the Wynn staff, I mean, everybody from the top to the bottom. I was just mentioning, I was talking to Ryan, I had lunch with Ryan today, and we were just talking about how everyone is excited. You go to the dealers at the Wynn, they're happy to be there, right? The staff, you go into the people at the checking you in, and they're asking about the tournament. And it is good. I mean, as we try to replicate the World Poker Tour too, that everybody is invested in this. And then Wynn's given a preferred rate, which you should, I mean, honestly, if you're not even playing poker, you should be like signing up and getting that. I mean, it is cheaper than, dinner on the Strip. And
it's pretty good.
I mean, it's you're at the Wynn Resort, which is such an amazing place, and so it's going to be a different year. It's going to be fun, but I think there's going to be some fun narratives that are coming out of this one.
I'm palpably excited. I can't wait.
We've been talking just about the Invitational and about the championship event, but of course there's other things happening during this whole festival, right? So the whole festival is December 3rd through the 23rd. Yeah. It's going to be almost 3 weeks of a lot of fun. I've been to the last two. We have the World Championship. We have the Invitational December 13th through the 15th, but then you have the WPT Prime Championship December 8th through the 14th. Yeah. Going to be massive. It always is. $1,100 buy-in. Yep. The Ladies Championship, $1,100 buy-in, December 14th through the 15th. And then the Seniors Championship, 50 plus, another $1,100. Yeah. All those $1,100 are going to kill it.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're hitting on kind of what our approach has been, which is you get this approach at this, at the prime level, around that level where people can come in and it's approachable to them, but they're still aspiring to come in and play that championship. Sure. And that championship means even more because you go in there. And now with this mix of a bunch of people infused into this that are going to have extra, they're going to feel like they have extra money because they're being basically into this one. Sure. So that's going to boost up the Prime. It's going to boost up the others. I think you're going to see, Prime last year went up. That was a 100% increase year over year in the Prime.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it was 100% increase in the Prime, 40% on the championship. But Prime has just done it's just great, and the players have just been wonderful. So I just think with this mix, it's just going to be wild. I mean, it's, we're very excited.
Yeah, the championship event has 3 starting flights, December 14th, 15th, and 16th, 11 a.m. And then you have your day 2. It's going to be all the way to day 6, which is where there will be the televised final table.
Yes.
Should be very exciting. I've got to ask because this festival for the last 2 years has taken place over my birthday, December 11th, and a players' party has coincided on that exact date before. Are we going to see a players' party this year?
It is your birthday party. You know that, right? It was a players' party?
I didn't know that either. I thought it was Chad Holloway's birthday. Yeah.
We're gonna have a players' party. I love these players' party because it's been so much fun. We will definitely have a players' party, and there is going to be with this launch and what we're doing with Club WPT Gold, there is going to be fun strewn out throughout this, including the party and everything else. And so, yeah, it's just this year's going to be. It's going to, we're still trying to push next year. I said last year what I was worried about was you do year 1 and the success, and it's much bigger than people think. But you worry because year 2, then you go, oh yeah. But if first year could be a fluke. In year 2, and having the success that it is, but now with this, I mean, I just think we're Yeah, now we're just having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're notorious for doing fun things, right? Like the qualifier player lounge, whatever you want to call it on site, was amazing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Games
It was
in
so
there,
cool.
food.
No. This year is going to be amazing.
Yeah?
Oh, I'm so
This
excited.
year's going to be amazing. Yeah.
And then you've done fun things like on the breaks. I remember like a drumline thing coming in before last year because they had the WPT Voyage coming up. You were doing cruise giveaways on various things.
Oh, the keys and everything. Yeah. Some rappers are coming out.
There's going to be some big giveaway. There's going to be some significant giveaways that are not even in addition to the 5 million. So yeah, we're gonna have a fun time.
I do want to ask real quick. I was on the WPT Voyage. Yeah. I went on the WPT at Sea Poker Room months leading up to it.
Yeah.
Did a lot of promotion. I love cruising. That event was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Everybody afterwards was like, "Are you going to do it again?" Yeah. People who didn't go were like, "I should have went." And I remember seeing you on the top deck. It was just you and I passing on, I think, the last night. And I kind of asked you, I'm like, "So you think we're going to see another one of these?" And you kind of smiled and said, "We'll have to wait and see."
Yeah.
Is that still kind of where we're at?
Yeah. So, I mean, my hesitation is not that, I don't know if it's successful. I mean, that event turned out to be, one of those things where everyone's like, this is so good. We absolutely should be doing it again. And if we just go by the response, we should be doing it 100%. But I think that goes to what we've been really trying to do. We've been trying to do, I keep saying surprise and delight. And that means do something, push ourselves, try to figure out, think out of the box. We think of some big thing this year and now we're going to have to sweat it. And next year we're going to be like, what's that going to be?
Sure.
And so I don't think we're going to do the Voyage right away.
Right.
But I will say the response to it, and it was fun. I mean, that was honestly one of the most, I even will say that was one of the most enjoyable events, I've seen in poker. But the response was so strong that I can't imagine that at one day it doesn't come back. But right now, we're making a putting our a line in the sand and doing this with this $5 million free roll to get everybody in. So
yeah, makes sense. Yeah. WPT Championship is at the Wynn, and I was recently at the Wynn with you 2 weeks ago. Uh-huh. There was the Russell Westbrook's 4th annual poker night in conjunction with the WPT Foundation. This was a lot of fun. I didn't know what to expect, but it was very well done, not only by the foundation, the Why Not Foundation, but by WPT. Yeah. Vince was there, Tony Dunst was there, Drea Renee, yourself, Matt Savage. Uh-huh. I mean, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is good. We love, the WPT Foundation has helped charities now raise close to $50 million in its history. And what we found at first, years ago, we thought, what we were going to do is we're going to collect money from people and then we're going to hand it out. And then we realized, again, what's our strength? Our strength is being able to promote events, bring the talent, organize in our way. And then when you do that and we work with really great charities like the Why Not Foundation, or I'm a mentee for the Tiger Woods Earl's Wood Scholar Program. My first scholar, she majored in nanotechnology and she went on to be a scientist. I got a new great scholar now, but we get involved in the charities. So the Why Not Foundation is helping underserved communities, and these are nice, intimate events, right? They're intimate, they're fun, they're casual, but everybody goes in there also knowing that, something good is happening from it. So, we're delighted that we could be pairing with Russell.
Russell Westbrook, of course, was there, as was Chris Paul, NBA All-Star as well.
So cool.
But there was some heavy hitters in the poker world that I was surprised to see. So Jason Kuhn came out for this thing.
Absolutely.
Nice. Tom Marchese, who I haven't seen for forever.
I got a guy in my gym that looks just like him every time. I'm like, it might be him. I don't know.
He could be. He was looking pretty good. But Joey Ingram, Adam Hendricks, Brandon Steven, Alan Keating, Dan Shack, Princess Love was there. So
she's serious, by the way. I mean, she is so good.
I played with her a few times. She's cool people. She's fun to play with, nice person, and she's a killer at the tables.
100%.
There was a WPT event that just wrapped last night as we're recording this, and so I stayed up late so I could get the assets lined up and so we could talk about it, and that was WPT Australia, which I used to go to Aussie Millions one of my favorite stops. It's not really a thing anymore. And so now the WPT Australia has kind of become the premier poker event down there.
Oh yeah, it's so great. I mean, honestly, like it's just one of those places. There's some of the places that you attend on the tour, you attend, and it's just so magical. I mean, we were talking earlier before the podcast about, when we had the event in South Africa or the event in Japan. But you go down, down in Australia, it's great, and the attitude is terrific. I really am frustrated. I was unable to make this one, but I was there not too long ago, and I joined Lynn to go see some koalas. And I actually did some amazing thing. Ashley Lawrence and we went swimming with dolphins in the ocean. Not dolphins, whales.
Oh, wow.
No way.
Whales. You literally, it's weird. Like you get in a boat and they play Bob Marley because I guess whales like Bob Marley.
No, who doesn't,
And at some point you jump in and just kind of get frozen. And you wait till these whales, while they're migrating, come under you or above you. I mean, it's the craziest thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I went swimming with the sharks on WPT Voyage. And
you did?
Yeah,
okay.
it was fun, but it's like one of those things like, I'm going to do it once.
I went swimming with the pigs in the Bahamas.
He did go swimming with the pigs.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys are fucking one up in the air. Whales, no big deal.
When I think Australia, I do think my former colleague at Poker News many, many years ago now, Lynn Gilmartin, one of my favorite people in the world. Yes. She was down there, I know. And this was a fun final table. James Obst, who is a big-time poker pro, was there. Not only that, he won this tournament.
Yeah.
So
good for him. Wow, what a resurgence by him recently.
It was essentially an $8,000 US buy-in, the equivalent, 396 runners. So he took this down for almost $400,000 and a seat into the World Championship at the end of the year. So we're going to see him there.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, it's so good. By the way, Lynn is just doing Lynn is not only done so great. She's, as you know, one of the best human beings in the world, but she keeps booking these films.
Oh yeah, I saw the one on Netflix.
Feature films.
Yeah. Wait, what was the one on Netflix?
I can't remember the name offhand, but it was actually pretty good. I'll flash the poster on the show.
Is she in the Women's Poker Hall of Fame, or is she?
She's not, but those nominations are coming up, and I hope somebody nominated her.
I didn't even think about that because we're talking about
Kara
Kara Scott too. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, that was a fun event. She's awesome. The one qualm I have with Lynn, and it's the smallest thing, but like one time when she was with Poker News, I went into the office and I was so hungry, and I said, does anybody have a snack? And nobody spoke up, but Lynn, she's like, oh, I do, in her cheerful voice. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm about to get a candy bar or something. And she pulled out like
0 calorie, fluff.
Quinoa fluff.
Yes,
and I'm like, this is not a snack.
Yeah.
And,
yes.
No, but she's great. Let's talk about somebody who is great. He's no longer with us, but he's on the book right here, Mike Sexton. And I bring it up because if he was still with us, he would have celebrated a birthday a couple of days ago. Would have been 77.
That's right. It is so. I mean, there's this saying that the people that you care about, they're always with you, and I feel that. Like my mom passed away last year, I feel that absolutely. Mike Sexton is so ingrained in the DNA of this company that there's like a filter that goes in decision makings, and we can just hear what Mike would say and his comments, and I was saying the other day as we were reflecting, I'm like, I literally do not know a less passive aggressive, inclusive person. Meaning he's opinionated. You get to sit. Mike Sexton would tell you his opinion, and he'd listen to your opinion.
Right.
It's a great trait.
And he's inclusive to everyone, and everyone walked away feeling like better about themselves. I mean, it's just so rare and it's so special.
Well, I think that's why we're here, 4 years later, what have you, remembering him. Lynn put out tweets about, the happy birthday. Matt Savage did the same. And like you said, he's just always there. Everything he did for our industry, whether it was the WPT or elsewhere too, you feel it.
Yeah. And the guy is so classy. Literally in a couple days before he's passing, he's chatting with Vince and I, and he's basically, he basically says, well, guys, I don't think I have any more outs, he says. And he says it in such a way that you're just still having a good conversation. Yeah. I'm like, if I could have a modicum of class that came from this man in those hours, I would be. I'd say it was a life well lived. So Mike is a legend and a hero, and will Mike's influence on this entire industry for the good will, always be understated, even though people keep giving him praises because he did so much.
Yeah. One of my favorite memories with Mike was I worked one WPT event way back when. It was when I had originally left PokerNews for the MSPT. I had some free time, and so WPT brought me on board to do live updates in Montreal, the WPT in Montreal, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But I had the opportunity throughout that tournament because the shuttle would pick us up at the hotel and Mike would always be in it. So it would be me, a couple reporters, and Mike. So I always had that time from the hotel to the venue and then the venue back to the hotel just to talk to Mike, hear stories, and I'm a big poker history guy. So just to have that time, I really
we didn't know
that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the WPT Montreal, that's one of the main stops coming up between now and the World Championship. I'm going to be there actually for that one for PokerNews. I'm excited. I haven't been back there since when I was there many years ago.
What are the dates for that?
The Montreal is going to be, let me see, the Playground, October 24th through the 30th.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Because last year I saw buddy of mine, Dan Stavilla, did really well. He I don't remember if he won or final table 2 events, but he did really well, and I had a lot of FOMO from that. So I'd like to get up there.
Montreal
and
is such a great place, and it's such a great place to play, and it's just and you think, gosh, it's gonna be cool. They've mastered how to live a good life out there. I mean, it's just, yeah, so nice.
You also have the best.
And I just say Montreal. I mean, like, it is the place where Mike Sexton became a WPT champion.
That's right.
Oh, that's where he won?
Yes, that is where he won.
Wow, okay, sick. Yeah, I got to get out there.
Yeah, it's a fun stop. So is the WPT Best Bet Scramble Championship. That is coming up. The festival's Halloween, October 31st through November 19th. The main event, the championship event, November 15th. Through the 19th, that's a $5,000 buy-in. And then those who love South Florida, like myself, I'm a big Miami Dolphins fan, even though they let me down time and time again. They have the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open Championship. And that's going to be, the festival is November 20th through December 4th, with the championship event November 29th through December 4th, $3,500 buy-in there.
Yeah. And that's great. I mean, it's just, all of those are just such great places because they're such player friendly. I mean, obviously we want to work player friendly, but I love it. I love going down to Seminole. It just feels like a reunion, of players down there, and it's always a great place to go. Go to Council Oak, hang out, get some food or Best Bet, and how great are they about just knowing who their players are and caring for them, and dabbing the team, and so. We're looking forward to those days.
Great schedule coming up.
Yeah. And all culminating with the WPT World Championship at the Wynn. Adam, we're going to let you go. I'm going to toss it here in just a second to a preview of the WPT Montreal that we just mentioned. But I just want to say thank you for coming in studio with Mike and I to talk about this event. We're very excited about it. We're going to support it. I actually have Jamie Kerstetter coming in studio next week to talk a little bit from her perspective in the Ladies Championship. So that should be pretty good too.
Yeah, Jamie's busy these days and doing a great job. Again, thanks to everybody. And the way that we can thank everybody, just go to Club WPT Gold, sign up, get in there. We want a lot of people to participate in this giveaway and to feel like that they've received the benefit of it. If we're going to put the money up, we want people to feel like they got it. But thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's going to be chomping at the bit for the $5 million. So I don't think you're going to have a problem there, brother.
All right. Well, Mike and I are going to be right back to talk Poker Masters and Poker Bots. But in the meantime, check out this preview of the WPT Montreal.
After an incredible event earlier this season, the WPT is headed back to Playground in Montreal for another exciting festival. From October 14th to the 30th, players from all over will come together for WPT Playground. The action kicks off with a WPT 500 event running from October 14th to the 21st, with a $590 Canadian buy-in and a $400,000 Canadian guarantee. This is a great way to kick off another massive series here. In addition, we'll have the $1,150 Canadian WPT Prime Championship boasting an $800,000 Canadian guarantee from October 20th to the 25th. And for those looking to take on the best, The $3,500 Canadian WPT Playground Championship runs from October 24th to the 30th with a guaranteed prize pool of $1.5 million. It's your shot at etching your name in poker history and taking home a massive score. Get ready for another unforgettable festival at WPT Playground. We'll see you in Montreal.
All right, WPT Montreal, check it out. I'll be there, Mike. Maybe you should join me. I don't know.
I'd like to. That'd be cool. Yeah.
It's just us now. Adam did have to leave, but we've got some news to cover. One is the Poker Masters wrapped up. We talked about it in last week's episode. It was won by Jim Collopy.
He's a beast, man. He's a beast.
He did it without actually winning a tournament. He ended up, let me pull this up.
I think he got heads up in 2, though, right?
Yeah.
No,
so,
he didn't win one?
No, he didn't. He finished runner-up in back-to-back tournaments, event number 5 and 6, finished 3rd in event number 4 before that, and 6th in event number 3 before that.
Holy shit, that's a really good series.
4
wow.
final tables in a row.
Wow, good for him. What a killer.
Yeah, off the top of my head, almost 500,000 in winnings between all those. So he gets the purple jacket, which is very prestigious, but it was Ben Tollerene who won the final event, which was a 25K, event number 8, top to field 68 runners. Took down 510,000. Some other winners from the series: Brock Wilson, Ike Haxton, David Chen, Jonathan Little, Justin Zaki, Jeremy Becker, Spencer Champlin, who we talked about last week.
Basically a who's who of the poker pro pros, And so there's a lot of great names in there.
Yeah, it is cool to see some of those guys like Jeremy Becker and Jonathan Little, Brock Wilson taking down title Spencer Champlin instead of like the...
I'm friends with all 4 of those guys, and I'm so happy for all of them. They're great people. And good ambassadors for the game, and Poker Masters is a great series.
Have you ever played in the PokerGO studio?
Never once. I've been in there multiple times. I've never played there, but I'd like to very badly.
I've played there, but only in charity events, the Global Poker Party or the Celebrity Poker Tour and things like that.
I went with Cuz to watch him play the what was it? The No Gamble, No Future game. And so we were his guests for that. So we were able to go in there and watch, which was an insane experience.
All right. Well, let's give away our code word this week. If you know, the Poker News Podcast is giving away a gold pass to the upcoming NAPT here at Resorts World. That's why our meetup game is going to be at Resorts World. That, little tie in there.
Pretty solid. That's a good idea. Way to tie it in.
Now, for those who might not know, you got to listen to each podcast, not only ours, but also Connor Richards' Life Outside Poker podcast. There's going to be 6 code words. There's already several out. I believe this is the 3rd code word that we will have, and it is event. EVENT.
Boom.
Get all 6 code words. It's going to spell a phrase, and then you send that to me, and you'll be entered to win. It's a $10,000 gold pass.
Listen to the Poker News Podcast, collect free money. That seems to be the theme of the day.
And there have already been a lot of gold pass winners through various routes, winning Player of the Series on the Run Good Poker Series, at the Pennsylvania State Poker Championship, at the Maryland State Poker Championship. And we put together just a little video of some of these lucky gold pass winners. Check it out. All right, there you have it. Maybe you'll be in a video for our gold pass. There's also a gold pass being given away on PokerGO. We just talked about the PokerGO studio. Our friends there are giving away one to an annual subscriber. So I'm an annual subscriber already. And if you're not, you can still sign up, and they're going to select one lucky winner at random on October 1st who will walk away with a $10,000 gold pass. You can use promo code GOLDUPGRADE at checkout to get 20% off your first year of an annual plan. So that's another great route. And then they're just doing this path to the NAPT to give away various gold passes. This is, if you can play on PokerStars, whether it's outside the country or if it's one of the states here where it's regulated, you can get on there. They're going to have these various steps. It basically starts with a 50-cent spin and go tournament. You can get a free daily ticket to all these. So you could technically win a gold pass for free on
That's
this
pretty
path.
sick, man.
Yeah, it's like, and I'm jealous because I can't play it, right? Not only because I'm not in a state that has it, but I work for Flutter, which owns PokerStars, so I am ineligible. But it's just the step. It could be 4 steps, and you could be there. I'm going to link to the details in this in the description. So if you are interested and you can play on PokerStars, you're definitely going to want to check that out. And then, you can win one here on the Poker News Podcast. You got to be from the United States. You got to be one of our U.S. listeners.
Sure.
Send in that code word. I'll also link. There's a whole article on Poker News that explains what you have to do. And then we're going to do this meetup game at the Resorts World.
I'm excited, man. I've always wanted to do some sort of meetup game of some kind. Don't know if I'm famous enough to do that exactly, but with the Poker News Podcast part, it's going to be pretty fun. I think we should get a few tables of awesome people, get a nice little tournament going. Should be fun, and I'd like to connect with some of the listeners and yeah.
I think we'll give away anybody who makes it there, because this will be after the last code word is revealed, as an incentive to come to the meetup game. If you come and you find us and ask, hey, what's the code phrase? Maybe we'll let you in on what
That's
it is.
fair.
And
What
get you
nice
that entry.
guys. We're just nice guys. I don't know,
Let's talk poker bots real quick. You're an online guy, and this was a big story this week.
Insanity.
It is an article by Kit Chalel that was in mainstream media, Bloomberg, Business Week. So he did a very investigative dive into bots and found a bot farm out of Russia. It's a little too complex to get into too many details here.
Sure.
Definitely read the article. You're going to want to read the follow-up by Jonathan Rabb. He was also doing a similar investigation, and they crossed paths, and he expounded upon it. The gist of it is this, is like, bots are out there, man. We knew that they were, but maybe not to this level. And the corporate structure of some of these bot farms, I don't know, this was mind-blowing to me.
It's insane. You always know that this is occurring, obviously. And, there's been rumblings in the poker community for, 10 years now that there's Russian bot farms, Belarus, that area, Brazil, et cetera. But Russia's been like the main one. In this article, it really shows you that when you're playing on unregulated sites or questionable like app games and things, like, you really don't know who you're playing against. So players need more protection, and you need good operators who care about eliminating bots, have good KYC, are able to make sure that it's a real person behind there. But man, you read that article, I could see where it would make someone scared to play online poker. But I'll say on the regulated sites, I feel very safe personally not dealing with bots. But I don't know, man. You read that article, I think you can kind of see, like, they tell you what the guys' avatars are, and you can kind of read between the lines of where they are. So I don't know. It's pretty crazy and very damning evidence of bot farms in poker for years and years. So.
Yeah. I think the good news, kind of like you said, is I know that PokerStars is adamant about finding it, right? And it is a hard curve to stay ahead of, right? They got to constantly be combating this. But I do believe the regulated sites like the PokerStars, the Party Pokers, GG and such are doing, these are going to be the knights in the fight of bots, right? And
sure.
This article really talked about Jack Poker, I think, and I'd never heard about it, right? So
yeah, I think I've heard about it at some point, but like so many years ago. That's
my, cautionary tale to those listening who might be afraid, is like, have confidence in the regulated sites and be wary of the ones that aren't, right? And especially if it's a name you haven't heard of before, right? We've all heard of PokerStars. We've all heard of WSOP.com, of Party Poker.
Sure.
Those are going to be the safer ones then. They're in this article by Jonathan Rabb, he did say some of the sites that were out there. The Jack Poker, Poker Saint, We Poker, HH Club. I'd never heard of those. Infinity Poker.
So a lot of those are like app games and things where it's like, I start a club up, I get 40 of my friends to start.
So I have heard of PPP Poker, which I knew was one of those.
Poker 2.
And then Poker Bros. That's on
Poker
here.
Bros is huge. I mean,
if you are playing on Poker Bros, you're probably getting cheated.
Oh,
whether
no,
it's bots or the club owners or something.
There's no chance you're getting a fair. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of money to be won on Poker Bros if it was a fair site, right?
Or,
I don't play on it, so that should just tell you, like, if there's a bunch of tournaments with big guarantees and I don't play on it, I don't know, not great stuff. But yeah, worry about bots in unregulated places. Like, you should be protective of your money, and this is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, this was we did a follow-up interview with Kit Chalel, who initially broke the story. My colleague Will Shillabeer reached out just to get a behind the curtain, a little talk about how he went about this, and really, this is pretty ground shaking in the industry. It's going to change a lot of things. I think one of the biggest bombshells that came up about it was that that apparently some online sites utilize bots to help populate games.
So that, from my understanding, when I read that, my first thought is that's the app games, right? So I have a club on Poker 2, let's say, or PP Poker, whatever it is. I got 20 people, but the problem is you can't get them all together for a game at yada yada time. Boom, I add 10 bots in. They populate the games at the beginning. There's no rake or anything. It's just a fee to make your club. So it's just a zero-sum game for the operator, and then you get people coming in. And from the article, they're saying you could basically slider up the difficulty on the bot to good pro, to medium pro, to recreational, and you can make it so that the people can beat the bots or they can not. So it's frightening that's a potential thing out there. So
it's like an online prop player, AI, you know?
100% that's what it is. Yeah, it's crazy.
I get that some sites might need it in order to have the liquidity, but they're not very transparent about it. Like, this was the first almost everybody heard about it. So I think if that is going to be a practice that's used, that sites need to be very transparent about that fact. I don't know. It's like, I don't play a lot online, and it's because of fears like this. And then to have it kind of confirmed on this level, it does make me a little wary to play on, especially unregulated sites. I won't do it.
No, of course, yeah. And they were mentioning like the guy's known by his Darth Vader avatar. I don't know where that could be. Anyway, yeah. Protect yourself at all times. This is a UFC fight basically, and you got to be in there on the regulated sites and places where you're not getting cheated. So, yeah. You've got to be vigilant.
Yeah, I'll link to the article, Poker News article in our show notes. Check it out. You can deep dive into it. It is a very interesting read and probably is going to have ramifications in our industry for a while.
It's a shocking read. Yeah. It's a shocking read.
Like, when I messaged you about it and you messaged back, whatever you did, like shock and awe coming from one of the premier online players in the industry. Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is big.
No, it's real and something that most people know about. It's you always hear about it here and there. There's rumors, yada yada. So, yeah, let's hope that we can curb as much as we can.
Yeah. Well, it has been a fun episode, Mike. You, me, Adam Pliska when he was here. You're not going to be here next week because Kaina is going to be joined by my old LFG podcast co-host, Jamie Kerstetter. Hey, I'm very excited about this.
JK.
We haven't done anything together since the LFG podcast, so it should be a lot of fun.
That's
They're
awesome.
Team Hot Dog, so I'll be the third
whatever that
wheel.
means. No one really knows.
Well, in the meantime, do us a favor, like, subscribe, give us that 5-star review. Do it. Take a screenshot of it. You could earn a bonus entry come time to submit that code phrase for the Gold Pass. Yeah.
Okay.
SoundCloud. We're on SoundCloud now. Go follow there because if you do that could give you another entry as well.
That's where I'm going to launch my rap career, actually, is SoundCloud after this. So
is it like Mike and Jeff with Jeff Madsen or something like that?
I mean, he'll be featured, obviously.
I want to feature the music on the show here then.
Oh, of course. Yeah. We'll get right to making that.
I hope it's better than Prahlad Friedman's rapping from back in the day.
Okay, anyway.
Actually, I do have one song that is not too bad. So
yeah.
All right, we'll do all that. We'll be back next week. And until then, we'll keep a seat open for you.